You think going viral is luck. No, it's strategy disguised as chaos. The biggest creators aren't just randomly blowing up. They're using tricks that seem invisible unless you know what to look for. When you study the most viral content on the platform, you start to see patterns. You start to realize that it's not randomness. It's a formula. It's a system of repeatable actions designed to catch the eye, hold attention, and explode across the internet like wildfire. These creators know exactly what they're doing, even when it looks like they're winging it. Every second is planned, every word is intentional, and every decision is made with one goal in mind: keep the viewer locked in. The first secret is the first 10 seconds. You've heard that attention spans are short, but on YouTube they're microscopic. If your video doesn't grab someone in the first few seconds, they're gone. They won't even skip forward. They'll leave entirely. That's why the first 10 seconds aren't just important, they're everything. Most people waste their intros talking about what's going to happen or giving long-winded context, but the best creators don't waste a frame. They start with impact. They craft that opening like it's the trailer to a blockbuster film. Sometimes it's a dramatic question. Sometimes it's a shocking visual. Sometimes it's a time bomb of curiosity that explodes in the mind of the viewer. But it's never boring, it never drags, and here's the trick they don't tell you. Those hooks are tested. Re-recorded, refined, it's not just one take, it's dozens. They film multiple openings, they compare energy levels, they analyze pacing. They'll even show it to people and ask which one grabs better. That's how serious they are. They understand that if the hook fails, the entire video fails. You could have the most entertaining video in the world, but if nobody sticks around to see it, it dies. So they treat the beginning with the same precision as a surgeon. They slice out every second of fat. They cut anything that slows momentum. They build pressure fast and never let up. Now let's talk about stakes. That's the second trick, the part most people overlook. Every viral video has something at risk, something on the line, and I don't mean just money or prizes. I mean tension. There has to be a reason to keep watching, a reason to care. If there's no consequence, the audience tunes out. It doesn't matter if the topic is lighthearted or serious. If it doesn't feel like something big could happen, or fail, it won't hook people emotionally. Think about your favorite viral videos. There's always a challenge. A countdown, a mystery, a race against time, a risk of losing. That's what pulls people in. Stakes don't have to be massive. They just have to be clear. Will they succeed or fail? Will the plan work or fall apart? Will someone win or walk away empty-handed? That's what viewers ask themselves subconsciously. And if they don't feel like anything is actually on the line, they'll swipe away. The top creators understand this and engineer it into everything they do. Even something simple, like building something or giving something awake, and be packed with stakes. They add tension by setting rules, introducing time limits, or making outcomes uncertain. It's not accidental. It's storytelling. Here's a secret few beginners realize. Storytelling is the engine of virality, and story needs conflict. It needs an obstacle, a challenge, a problem, even in a vlog, even in a review, even in a tutorial. The most viral videos are secretly structured like movies. Beginning, middle, climax, setup, conflict, resolution. You might not notice it because they hide it behind entertainment, but the structure is always there. It's what makes it feel satisfying. It's what makes you want to watch to the end. Now let's get into the third trick. This one is a game changer. The most viral YouTubers don't film a video and then try to come up with a title and thumbnail. That's backwards. That's like building a restaurant and figuring out the menu afterward. The smartest creators start with a click. Before they even hit record, they know what the title is. They've already designed the thumbnail. They ask themselves, what idea would make someone stop scrolling immediately? Then they build the video around that. This is reverse engineering. You don't guess your way into virality, you plan it. The best creators know the thumbnail is the billboard. It's the handshake. It's the thing that screams, look at me. in a sea of infinite content, and the title is the second punch it delivers the question that the video is going to answer. If those two things don't spark instant curiosity, you've lost before you started. That's why they spend as much time on the title and thumbnail as they do on the actual video, sometimes more. They'll brainstorm dozens of title ideas, test thumbnail concepts, get feedback, swap colors, faces, fonts, framing. Nothing is random. Every element is designed to make you feel something. Surprise, confusion, curiosity, fear of missing out. It's all emotional, and that emotion is what makes you click. Once you click, the job of the video is to deliver on that promise. And the job of the first 10 seconds is to confirm, yes, this is worth your time. Let's stop pretending viral videos are made overnight. The people who go viral consistently aren't winging it. They're obsessed. Obsessed with learning, obsessed with testing, obsessed with getting better. They watch their own videos like scientists. They look at retention graphs. They analyze drop-off points. They try to understand why viewers stayed here but left there. They cut out every second that causes a dip. They don't get emotionally attached to anything that doesn't work. If a joke bombs, it's gone. If a moment loses attention, it's deleted. They are ruthless about keeping viewers engaged. And here's what separates the elite from the rest: consistency. Going viral once is cool, but it's not enough. Can you do it again? Can you replicate success? Can you build a system where virality is the byproduct of process, not luck? The best creators don't rely on one-hit wonders. They build frameworks. They develop systems for idea generation, filming, editing, uploading, and optimizing. They create content calendars. They batch film. They schedule release times. Every detail is thought through. You know what else they do. They study other niches, not just their own. They're constantly watching, learning, absorbing. If a cooking channel goes viral, they ask why. If a prank video blows up, they look at the formula. If a documentary trends, they dissect the storytelling. They're not just creators. They're students of human psychology. They understand what makes people care, what grabs attention, what triggers emotion, and they use that knowledge like a weapon. One more thing people overlook: failure. You only see the hits, the videos that get millions of views, but behind every viral video are 5 others that didn't make it. Some were uploaded and flopped. Others were never finished. Some were deleted after one day. The people who go viral don't fear failure. They treat it like data. They ask, what did I learn from this? Then they pivot, they tweak, they try again, over and over. That's the game, not getting it perfect the first time, but improving with every attempt. Every viral video is built on top of failed ideas. Every success is a staircase of experiments that didn't work until one finally did. If you're afraid to fail, you'll never grow. If you take it personally, you'll quit. But if you treat it like a scientist, like a puzzle to solve, you'll get better, faster than everyone else. The difference between someone stuck at 0 views and someone breaking 1 million is usually just iteration. The one who wins is the one who tests the most. You want to know how to go viral? Start treating YouTube like it's your craft, not a hobby, not a lottery ticket. A craft. Study every second, obsess over every frame. Ask, why does this work? And how can I make it better? When you approach your videos like that, you stop leaving it to chance. You stop blaming the algorithm. You start building content that forces people to watch. That commands attention, that spreads, that's the mindset, that's the secret. Not luck, not gear, not gimmicks, obsession, strategy, relentless testing, and an unshakable belief that you can figure it out. One tweak, one title, 1 second at a time. If you want to understand what makes YouTubers go viral consistently, you've got to look deeper than just the video. You've got to examine what's happening behind the screen. What the audience sees is just the final product. What they don't see is the invisible framework guiding every move. That's where the real magic happens, and it's not complicated, just invisible. The best creators build systems that make virality more likely. Systems for content, for feedback, for growth. They don't rely on inspiration. They don't rely on trends. They rely on precision. The first thing they do is build with retention in mind. Retention is the oxygen of YouTube. You can have the craziest thumbnail and the best title in the world, but if people don't stay, the algorithm buries you. Viral creators think in retention beats. Every 15 to 30 seconds, they introduce something new. A visual switch, a twist, a surprise, a joke, a shift in pacing, something that reactivates attention. They've studied human behavior and they know how fast people lose focus. So they engineer content that resets the viewer's brain again and again. That means filming isn't about just recording stuff. It's about creating moments, moments that make you lean forward, moments that make you wonder what's next. The best creators plan these in advance. They write them into the script. Even if the video seems spontaneous, those moments are carefully placed like landmines of engagement. They know exactly when to add pressure, when to ease it, when to deliver payoff. Every moment is a decision. Do we keep watching or do we leave? You'll also notice something else. Viral creators never wait too long to reward the viewer. They don't make you sit through 5 minutes just to get to the good part. They drip value constantly. Even if it's a challenge video, they'll tease the final moment early, then sprinkle tension and curiosity all the way through. It's like feeding candy to a kid every few steps to keep them walking forward. That's how you get someone to watch a 10-minute video without realizing it. You keep rewarding their attention in tiny, satisfying doses. They're also obsessed with watch patterns. They know where people rewind, where they pause, where they click off. They track this data, they study the charts. If 80% of people leave at minute 4, they dig in and find out why. They'll change a shot, adjust the music, tighten the edit. It's not ego, it's evolution. Every video becomes an experiment, and with each one, they get sharper. But here's something even more powerful: emotional engineering. Viral videos aren't just about action. They're about feeling. The best creators don't just show you something cool. They make you feel something: excitement, awe, tension, joy, sadness, wonder. They know that emotions are the glue that keeps people attached to content. If you can create an emotional roller coaster, people will not only watch, they'll remember. They'll share, they'll comment, they'll become fans. It doesn't matter if your video is funny, educational, or dramatic. If there's no emotional thread, it dies. So these creators ask, what do I want the audience to feel at this moment? Then they build everything around that. Music, pacing, visuals, voice, all fine, tuned to amplify emotion. They'll strip out entire scenes if they don't serve the feeling, because feelings are what go viral, not facts. Another thing, the best creators don't try to please everyone. They pick a target and speak directly to them. They don't care if someone outside that circle doesn't get it. That's actually part of the strategy. When a video speaks clearly to a specific group, it hits harder. It resonates, and the algorithm notices that intensity. It sees higher click-through rates, stronger engagement, more rewatching. That's what tells it to push the video to more people. So the smartest creators double down on identity. They figure out who they're making content for and they commit. They use language that speaks to that group. They tell stories that reflect their values, their humor, their struggles. And because of that, their content doesn't just get viewed, it gets shared. Because when someone feels like a video understands them, they want their friends to see it too. That's how organic growth really happens. Now let's talk about formats. Going viral isn't just about having a good idea. It's about delivering it in the right container. Viral creators experiment with formats relentlessly. They don't just do one type of video. They test storytelling, lists, experiments, pranks, surprises, giveaways, breakdowns. And when something hits, they iterate. They don't copy. They evolve. They keep the structure and change the ingredients. That's why their channels don't go stale. That's why viewers keep coming back. But here's the trap. Most people find one format that works and cling to it. They milk it until it dies. The pros do the opposite. They test new formats before the old ones fade. They anticipate the curve. They stay ahead by always being one step away from reinvention. That's how they build momentum instead of chasing it. They don't wait until views drop. They innovate while they're winning. Now let's get into the algorithm. The algorithm isn't your enemy, it's your best partner. If you understand it, it's not judging you. It's measuring behavior. If people click and stay, the algorithm helps you. If they leave early or don't interact, it moves on, that's it. So the game is simple. Make content that people can't stop watching. Do that and the algorithm becomes your hype machine. That's why viral creators don't chase the algorithm. They serve the audience because audience behavior is the algorithm. The more you focus on making real humans care, the more the system rewards you. So stop blaming the platform, start studying the people. What makes them laugh? What makes them share? What makes them curious? That's where the real answers are. But the biggest trick of all is momentum. Going viral once is hard, doing it twice is harder, but doing it over and over again, that's a different level. That takes discipline, focus, stamina. The top creators don't just have good ideas, they have systems to execute those ideas. They schedule their uploads, they batch their content, they plan their hooks in advance, they delegate when needed. They treat it like a business, and here's the key, they show up even when they don't feel like it. Most people wait for motivation. The top 1% build habits. They build routines. They don't wonder if they're going to upload this week. They know they are. That's how they beat the competition. Not by being the most talented, but by being the most consistent. The one who doesn't stop. The one who keeps swinging until something hits. They also stay curious, always learning, always improving. They take courses. They watch other channels. They ask for feedback. They read books. They understand that success is rented, and rent is due every day. If they get comfortable, someone hungrier passes them, so they stay humble, stay sharp, stay experimenting. That's why their content keeps evolving. It's not luck, it's hunger, and when they do go viral, they don't waste the moment, they capitalize, they optimize the next video, they add links, end screens, playlists. They turn one viral moment into 10 more. They know that virality is a door. But if you don't walk through it, it shuts fast. So they have a plan. They know what comes next. They're ready. They're also fearless about reinvention. If something stops working, they pivot. They're not afraid to try something new, even if it flops. Because they know that long-term growth isn't about clinging to the past, it's about chasing the future. And every experiment, every failure, every weird idea brings them closer to their next big hit. Finally, the thing nobody talks about, patience. Viral growth doesn't always happen fast. It can take months, years even. But the ones who make it are the ones who stick around, who keep uploading, keep testing, keep pushing. The people who look like overnight successes. They've been grinding in the dark for years. And when their moment came, they were ready. That's the final secret, readiness, being so practiced, so consistent, so dialed in, that when the opportunity shows up, you can handle it. You can deliver, you can keep going, because it's not about going viral once. It's about building something that lasts, something real, something unstoppable, because once you know the system, once you understand the game, once you've seen behind the curtain, going viral stops being a mystery and starts being a matter of time. So if you're serious about going viral, stop looking for shortcuts and start building systems. Study human behavior, engineer emotions, obsess over retention, create relentlessly, test fearlessly, and learn faster than anyone else. Because this isn't about luck, it's about strategy. The ones who go viral aren't just talented. They're intentional. They think deeper, plan smarter, and execute harder. If you commit to mastering the invisible game, your moment will come. And when it does, it won't be a fluke. It'll be the result of everything you built when no one was watching. Keep creating, stay sharp, and make the algorithm chase you.